All right, today we're going to just be talking about how to write equations. We've probably done this before at some point in your algebraic life, but we're going to translate verbally equations, sentences into equations, and we're going to translate equations into verbal sentences. Just make sure that we understand what each word in mathematics means. So I have a wonderful table for you. This is our wonderful table. And notice the colored letters here. So add, plus, sum, more than, increase by, those are all additions. Subtraction is subtract, minus, difference, less than, decrease by, take away, less. There's one in here that you have to be very careful of though. Look at this 12 less than a number. Notice the way that this is written. This is backwards. And because of it being backwards like that, it still is x minus 12. It is not 12 minus a number. So please be careful of it when it says less than. That should key you in. That's a special one, always backwards. All right. Times multiply product is a multiplication, and divided into is another one of those backwards. Where divided by is fine, but divided into is backwards. You very rarely hear that one anymore, but it is a possibility. You'll usually see divided by or quotient instead. But if it does say divided into, that's one that is backwards too. So please be careful of those two, the less than and the divided into. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and as these words come up, we'll use their appropriate values. For equals, it's an is or is equal to. So this is very much the part of your notes that you really want to write down so that you can have them for your homework or for your quizzes and tests. So this is the section that you'd really want to have copied. So if you want to pause it and copy some of this down into your notes, that I would highly recommend that. All right, let's try some examples. So translate this sentence into an equation. A number b divided by 3 is equal to 6 less than c. All right, so we're breaking it down. B divided by 3. So we have b divided by 3 is equal to 6 less than c. So b divided by 3, that's just b with a division sign and a 3. B divided by 3. Now, whether you want to write it this way as a fraction, or if you wrote it with b with a divided sign and a 3, that would have been okay. Is equal to is an equal. And notice again, the way that this says less than, that's that special case. The 6 actually goes to the end and the c goes in front. Be careful with that one, please. All right, that's the easiest one to make a mistake with. So we have b divided by 3 equals c minus 6. All right, let's try another one. Translate this equation. 15 more than z times 6 is y times 2 minus 11. All right, so just breaking it down each part. 15 is a 15. More than plus z times 6 is y times 2 minus 11. All right, some cleaning up. The times here we can just write as 6z. Same thing over here, we can write as 2y. So 6z and 2y, the 15 plus, and then the minus 11. And there's your answer. We can even do this with some formulas here. So translate this sentence, a number c multiplied by 6 is equal to 2 more than d. A number c multiplied by 6, we have 6c. And the only one that has 6c is a here, is equal to 2 more than d, d plus 2. Well, there's like these two, d plus 2. So, I mean, it's definitely a. The perimeter of the square equals 4 times the length of a side. Now, perimeter, we normally write it down as a p. So perimeter equals p equals perimeter. And the length of a side we use normally s. So perimeter equals 4 times the length of a side. So perimeter is p equals 4 times s. So 4s. So p equals 4s. How about this one? Area equals the product again means multiplication, of pi and the square of the radius. Square, remember, is an exponent. So the product should be a multiplication. This is an addition. That's an addition. So those two are out. And this one is 2 pi r. This was pi r squared. The squared part is this one, so we want b. So if we can go ahead and write an equation, given a verbal sentence, we should be able to go backwards. So we're going to take this, and we should be able to write a verbal sentence. Now, some of these, you know that there are multiple ways of saying minus. Minus or subtraction or a bunch of that. So some of the answers are going to be a little bit off depending upon that, but for the most part, you're just going to read this. 12 minus 2 times x equals -5. So each one we just split this up. 12 minus 2 times x equals -5. And again, you could have done 12 subtracted by 2 the product of 2 and x if you wanted to do things like that, but there's no need to be fancy. Just go ahead and write it out. So try another one. A lot bigger one here, right? So start with the first one, a squared. So a squared plus 3 times b equals c divided by 6. So each part of it's separate. So a squared plus 3 times b equals c divided by 6. Simple enough. All right, 12 divided by b. So 12 minus, nope. 12 less, nope. 4 minus, nope. 12 divided by b. Well, it's d. 5a, so that's 5 times a. It's 5 plus, nope. 5 times quotient, nope. So it's one of these two. Equals, not twice b squared. So that's c. All right. That's what I have for you today.